Was I a tweaker on the gear, on the ice? Yep. At times, yes, I was. I wigged out hardcore, you know. I'll give you a couple of scenarios, okay? I had a mate that used to come over quite often. I would have him sit at my place and I'd go out and do what I had to do. He would sit in my massage chair with a set of binoculars and watch my 65-inch TV. It had 8 cameras set up on it, and he'd sit up there all night, zoomed in, watching this TV screen. It was funny at the time, but it really wasn't. But I'd come back and I'd sit in the opposite chair and I'd sit there and watch it too. For hours and hours, just watching cars go by, listening to shit. Not only did I have that, I had a powered microphone set up on the telegraph pole out the front of my house with a powered amp in my house where I could hear, if someone pulled up 300 metres down the road, I could hear the conversations they were having. So if someone owed me money, you know, I knew what they were going to say. It was just a fucking stupid world. Like, you know, that's wigging out, isn't it? It's tweaking, all right? Sometimes I mow the lawn at 1 o'clock in the morning and wonder why people are fucking looking at me driving past, you know, like, obviously with an electric lawnmower, just stupid things. It was just crazy. Yeah, real crazy. The wigs doing shit like that, you know, man. I had fucking mannequins set up with clothes on. You know, I used to set them up around my table, play the music when I used to go out, so if someone looked in the door, they'd think someone was home. The list went on, you know, it was out there. One thing I will say, and this is dead set true. My mate who had the fucking shit going on with the binoculars, he ended up with a heart condition prior to this. All right, he had a condition where his heart would go too slow. Now this got told to me later on. All right, so he ended up having an operation. He got a pacemaker fitted. So when his heart dropped down to a certain beat, bang, it'd fire it back up again. He told me that, you know, if he wasn't on the gear, because it's a stimulant, obviously, the chances are he mightn't have even survived, you know, that long. So I sort of, at that time, I thought I was the saviour. Well, I wasn't no saviour, man. I can tell you that right now, because look at the mental state that he was in with the binoculars. So I didn't do nothing, you know. Fucking just rubbish, you know. Just that's the shit wigging, fucking nutty shit that you do, like cameras, speaker setup, mannequins, you know, like just absolute fucking stupidity, you know. Then I'd get on a motorbike and ride down to the south of the Gold Coast doing 300 kilometres an hour on a fucking 1000 that I had or a 600 that I had, you know, like I had different bikes and think nothing of it, you know, like you are out of this world. Fucking pathetic, isn't it? Really. That's why I say this drug is evil. I can do a video like this and have a bit of a giggle of some of the stupid shit that I did. And you know what? I'd be lying if I didn't say there was funny times and good times, because that's what you take drugs for, yeah? I was covering trauma up there, man. There was reasons why, and I've actually done that video on YouTube. So how it all kicked off again in later life. But man, I'm telling you now, like that's obviously why people take drugs, is because you want to have a good time and blah blah blah. But unfortunately, when you are someone like me who's got a very bad addictive personality, well, you become an addict and it gets you nowhere. You know, ice will just destroy you. It will fuck you mentally. You know, like. Especially when you're using like massive amounts and doing it on a daily basis. And that's how it got for me, you know. I've often, you know, think about some of the times that I had and I can have a bit of a giggle. But then I go straight back to, hang on a minute, I just did years in prison and that wasn't fucking funny, you know. So I that's how I think, you know, and it keeps me away from it. You know, like that's the truth. Even when I struggle, like 5 years clean, I still struggle. Man, I'd be lying to say I didn't. I don't, because I do. You know, boredom gets to me. Depression, You know, you've got to keep yourself active and try not to think about any good times that you once had because it does fuck you up, like in the head. You know, and that's why so many people relapse, you know, and they, you know, it's a vicious circle, man. It's a problem. I'm lucky that I'm away from my old area and I'm, you know, with a partner who's never touched drugs. So I don't have it around me. I don't see it. I don't talk about it. Only when I talk about it on these videos. So, you know, I'm blessed for that. If I was around it all the time, would I be strong enough? I don't know. I just don't know. I think so now because it's been so long. But yeah, you just don't know. You know, I was off drugs for so long. You know, right through, you know, most of my 20s, all of my 30s, until I got back onto the opioids. But I mean, years. One tragedy, and that's something that I will talk about at another time. That it pushed me over the edge. So that's why I sort of get a bit funny when people say they're cured, because I just don't believe you can. But I'm not going to rain on someone's parade. You know, if they're doing them. You know what I mean? So I can't turn around and say, nah, it's bullshit. They're not cured, because everyone's different, and not everyone's going to have a tragedy. You know, not everyone has them. So that's it. Have a good day, guys. Stay clean and stay safe.